Hi, here's another video. I've got this candy condenser dryer with an E22 error reported. Let me just show you around the unit here. Okay. There's a lot of lint around the door and around the whole unit. This is the lint filter, which has been cleaned. And someone's obviously cleaned inside here as well, because it's usually full of lint also. And there's a lot of lint around this section here. This condenser is not fully inserted. And as you can see, the sponge seal has come away. That serves a purpose. And if you just look inside the condenser housing, you can see this is the reservoir where all the water collects, and it's got so hot in here the cover's lifted off. You see there, and a lot of lint inside here, and that's the NTC center at the top there, covered in fluff. Obviously the machine's not been regularly cleaned, the filters. I'll just pop this condenser back in here temporarily. Okay, so what I'm going to do is test the machine. I've checked the cord for damage, and I'm just going to plug it in and see what I get. So I'm just going to select a program, and straight away I've got this E22 error, so I'll select another program. Okay, so let me just press start, see what happens. And as you can see, the machine runs for a couple of seconds, and then you get this E22 error. On the internet it points towards a faulty main board, which is beyond the control panel here. Okay, so let me just disconnect the mains. I'm going to disassemble the machine. There's a 7mm socket for the 3 bolts on the back here, which I'm undoing, and there's also some other 7mm screws inside. So that's the 3 screws for the top cover. Let me just remove that. A little bit fiddly, but I've managed to get it off, and you can see there's a lot of lint inside this top cover. So I'll just put that to one side and show you inside here. You can see the machine's full of lint all over the inside, more than excessive. And it's supposed to be a plastic cover on the back here, but that's disappeared. So what I'm going to do is just remove this control panel. There's 2 screws on the top, and then there's just a couple of clips which hold it in place. You have to open the door to do that. So here you can see I've got the control panel loose, and here's the wiring. I'm just going to take a photograph of it so now it goes back on. So I've documented that. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is remove all of the connectors on the control panel and put it to one side. Then I'm just going to remove this front panel. First, you can see me undoing the door hinges. There's two Torx head screws. Once they're off, you can just lift the doorway, and then there's just 4 Phillips screws here, which hold the front panel in place, and 2 at the top, and then 2 at the bottom. Okay, once those are off, the only screw holding it together is one in the center. But first I'm going to remove the door seal. Just pull that off, and I'm going to undo the screw for the door lock. I'm going to take that off also, and there's a tiny little screw at the bottom here which holds it in place. Get that out of the way, and the door panel, the front panel should just come away like so, with the door switch attached. Just going to undo the door switch. There it is. So I'll just put this panel to one side, and then I'm going to remove this front section here, which holds the rollers for the drum. It's just a matter of undoing the 4 screws and pushing it up and pull the bottom out. Like you can see I've done there. And I've unplugged all the sensor wires. So it's a matter of going around the back here for the blow-off cover. the heater blower cover to speed this section up. There's 11 screws holding this in place, and that comes away like so, revealing the heater. So it's just 2 screws hold the heater in place. I'm just undoing them now, and it just hooks over the back. And then there's just 2 remaining screws which hold the drum in place, which I'm undoing now, which should make the drum free. So I'm just going to remove the drum, just move these wires out of the way, and I'm just going to try and rig the belt. Just get the belt off it, and there you go. That's the drum free. Just put it to one side so I can show inside here. This plastic cover is supposed to control the control panel, and it's at the bottom of the machine. There's a hell of a lot of lint inside here, as you can see. And this is the main cause of dryer fires. So I'm just going to use my Henry Hoover to vac it up, or vac most of it up, get rid of most of this lint. There's big clumps of it. You see some lint on the back here. That's the back panel of the machine. And down by the fan there's a build-up of lint there too. I'm just going to remove this seal here. Chuck it over there. And here you can just continue to get rid of as much lint as I can. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is remove this. There's a float at the bottom here which I'm removing. It's just 2 screws. It lets the machine know when the tank at the bottom is full, when the reservoir fills up. And I'm just going to remove that. It's just 2 connectors, 2 green connectors holding it in place. Tricky to undo with one hand. There you can see, I'm going to get it clean. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give the whole thing a blast with my jet wash. And here you can see me just get rid of the rest of the lint. Give the whole thing a good clean. And down here in the, I've tipped the machine on its back, and this is the condenser housing. Let's give it a blast. I'll remove this valve for the water tank. So I'm just removing the cover inside, which covers the reservoir, because it's warped. I'm going to see if I can straighten that out. There's just 2 screws holding that in place. Very difficult to film. And here you can see that's the cover for the reservoir. It's got hot down there and it's melting and it's opened up. So let me show you here. This is the reservoir where the water collects, and it's full of lint also. So, and this arrow points towards where the float chamber is, where the water runs out to. So what I'm going to do is try and get rid of this lint, build up of lint inside here. Like I said, it's very difficult to get to because it's in the bottom of the back of the machine. So I'm just going to get a blast with my jet wash, and I'm just going to blast it through here. This is the outlet where the water comes out into the tank at the bottom. I've removed the valve, so I'm just going to get a blast as well. You can see there, just to get rid of some of this lint inside. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, all the parts that are removed, I'm going to give them a blast also, just get rid of all the lint off them also, as you can see here. It's the door, that's the front panel, a lot of lint inside. This is the filter, the lint filter, and this is one of the seals. And then I'm just going to give the condenser unit a good blast out. There's a lot of fluff inside here. Okay, here's all the parts I've removed. I'm going to give them a clean. I'll put the machine upside down to dry out. I'm going to leave that a couple of days for it to completely dry out. In the meantime, I'm going to clean this control panel. Obviously, I'm going to blast this with water because it's got sensitive electronics on it. So I'm just going to brush it off with my Hoover, my Dyson, and wipe it off with the wet wipe. Here's the condenser. You can see the rubber seal, foam seals come away, so I'm just going to use some super glue to glue it back on because it does serve a purpose. I'm happy with that. And then I'm just going to use a lint roller just to get rid of all the fluff off it, all the lint that was on it. Just use my lint roller for that. And you can see some of the lint that was removed there. Okay, so I found the problem. This is the heater, and if you look inside here, one of the wires have come off, so I think this was probably the cause. And let me just dismantle it and show you. I'll speed this section up as I dismantle the unit, so I can show you exactly what the problem is inside of this thing. So if I just take this cover off, you can see on the inside, on the left hand side, you can see the elements. These are the heating elements. It's got so hot that they've sagged, and the wires come off because it got so hot. And this was probably full of lint, which caused this. So I've had a look at the internet. I've managed to find one for $27.95, and I've ordered a few of these in the past, so I'll just reorder another one. And in the meantime, what I'm going to do is do a mock-up. This is about 3 days later. All the parts are dried out now. So what I'm going to do is reconnect the control panel and just rest it on the top here. And I've connected also these sensors on the front panel here, and TC sensors. And what I'm going to do here is lock the door switch, so the machine thinks that the door's locked. Plug it in, and if I just select the program and press start, okay, it's just beeped. Let's give you a close-up. As you can see, we still got this E22 error because the heater is not connected. I have ordered it and it's arrived. So what I'm going to do is disconnect from the mains and then just pop the heater on the back and just show you what it looks like. That's what the new unit looks like. So what I'm going to do is just pop it on the back here. It just hooks on, and just pop this the wire through this hole here with the grommet, the little black grommet which goes through the hole, as you can see there. So if I just pop around the other side and show you, okay, that's the heat wire coming through. So what I'm going to do is just connect the block connector, disconnect the heater to the loom, like so. Difficult to do with one hand, but I've managed to get it done. And then there's this clip which clips through this hole here to keep the wire out of the way. I'm just going to tuck the wire down there so it doesn't catch on the drum. Be careful with this because there's a capacitor and it still holds volts. Even though the machine's disconnected, it'll give you a jolt. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is plug it in and select a program. And you can hear the motor start running there. And if we have a look here, there's no E22 error, and I can feel heat coming out of the heater. Not going to run it for long because there's no fan, it's not being blown by the fan. So I'm just going to switch it off. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm happy with that, so I'm going to disconnect from the mains and then just reassemble the unit lively. Here you can see me just fit the drum and the front panels in here, and the seal. And then it's going to put the door on and the control panel, and then I'll just put the top cover on, go around the back, fit the heater correctly with the blower. Okay, I'll show you around it. This is the complete thing. I'll clean the whole unit clean. See here, nice and clean, even though it's near enough cleaning away. You can see here where I blasted it. couple of days ago, and it's nice and clean. Let me just show you inside here. Remember, it was full of lint before, and its cover was bent. I've straightened it up with a heat gun, and you can see this NTC sensor, and there's no lint inside here now. It's nice and clean. Let me show you also this the condenser unit. Got rid of all the fluff and the lint from that also. I'll just pop that in. As you can see now, it locks in fully, whereas before it wouldn't. It needs to be locked in fully, otherwise it'll blow fluff all around the unit. So I'll just put the bottom cover on like so. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just chuck this wet towel in here and just select a program. And you see it started up. It's going for 2 hours, so I'm just going to speed through. It seems to be working fine, and it's at the last minute now. After 2 hours. Okay, the cycle's finished. I can hear it beeping. Let me just get close up here. You see it says end. So that program's finished. Let me just pop this towel out. It's absolutely roasting inside here. The towel's nice and dry now. So what I'm going to do now, after every cycle you should do this, I just use my Henry Hoover, just give it a back with give the lint filter a back. This filter should be condenser, should be cleaned once a month. And then let me just, there's a bit of water inside here. Let me just tip it out. That's what it's collected. I'll just pop that back in. Put the cover on the right way and slide it back in. And this all could have been avoided if this was adhered to, which it quite clearly was not. And that pretty much concludes. Seems to be working fine. Let me just pop this bottom cover back on. So with that, thanks for watching once again, and please subscribe.